in the DAW with inverted silence. It's me, Multiplier. What's up, guys? My song Sendoff released, I guess, like a little over a month ago, and if you don't know what that song is, I don't know why you're even here. What you're looking at right now is a $12 webcam from AliExpress, but I'm using Nvidia's Epic AI to make it, like, sick. So stupid. So here's the intro. We're gonna go through all of this. But before we do that, I need to chill out. So, as you can see, only... Oh, never mind. You're all subscribed already. Alright, well, never mind that. I honestly can't take this track seriously anymore. There's too many memes. I did not make the memes. Imagine what could be done with the actual project file. All of my music is really inspired by like video game music. The dude that made the waiting music in intro, Tim Fallon, he's an absolute legend. I want to talk about the pad. I'm going to talk about the pad. So there's this when the song starts. So this pad, it's a Harmer patch. It sounds like this. And I'm using Harmer in Ableton because it really rocks. Yeah, so I'm doing a little bit of vibrato to make it sound more analog, and then I'm also moving the filter around and a bunch of other stuff. I think it's just a filter. Yeah, and then Tal chorus. This is a free chorus. It's the chorus from the You Know, and it sounds juicy. I actually didn't really like this enough, like it needed to be really long and I wanted to do some more stuff with it, so I resampled this. And then I'm using grain delay, so this plugin. And grain delay is basically delay that you can pitch, and I'm pitching it in an octave, so then I can automate this dry wet. And then I basically have two like layers in my pad that I can alternate between, and that's why it starts out low, and then it goes... Yeah, so you'll find that a lot of my EQs in this project look completely ridiculous, and that's because I just go nuts. And then you'll see that like the final curve of this thing is like really tame and there's really a lot going on, but then there's like a million nodes. A lot of this is kind of intuitive. This is just a Rhodes piano from Keyscape. Lick funny. There's lots of like small sounds and doodads. You'll hear this all over the song. It's basically everywhere, look at that. I find that having elements that show up everywhere in the project is kind of good to tie different sections together. And over here. Yeah, before we get into the leads.
2 seconds later.
Let's do the lead now, actually. I just stack a whole bunch of stuff, so this isn't really anything special as well. It's just a saw with a low pass and some reverb. This is an M1 brass and a choir from Korg M1. Oh yeah, as I was gonna say, a lot of the instruments from old school consoles are sampled from like Korg M1 and like a bunch of Roland stuff. So you'll find that sometimes I use that stuff. Yeah, so this is just 2 triangle waves. This wavetable, NES, is a wavetable I made from the NES sound chip. And the reason I use a wavetable for this is you can see it's quantized from downsampling, but the NES is a really particular way that it downsamples stuff. You'll see that it's like sloped over here and then sloped upwards over here. And I thought that was kind of interesting, so I wanted to like have a wavetable for this. I layered it with this mallet. This is the mallet that I used for monorail as well. Basically, I think lead sounds are kind of still, so I try to always find a way to like give them an attack in some way. The easiest way to do that is to... Now it has like a pitch attack and then gives the lead some character. You can also go up instead. That's an easy way to do it, but you can also layer another transient sound on top of your lead. So that's why I use a mallet there. And then there's a second voice, so they play together. I can post the NES wavetable in my Discord server after this is over. So you'll hear that on the right there's like an electronic guitar. And I couldn't find a loop that played this. I guess, like, now that I listen to it, it's like fucking bangarang. But I seriously couldn't find a guitar loop that sounded like that. So what I did is I grabbed this. This is like a psycho from a guitar sample. And then I have a little attack. The thing that really ties it together is this flanger. So it adds a little bit of feedback. And that kind of makes it sound like a guitar. It's not even close, honestly. Like, this kind of sucks. But it's so quiet that you couldn't even, like, kind of tell. I guess I tried to do a bunch of distortion. This is a chord stab from Illuminance EP. So, this is a synth called Hive by Yuhei. Yuhi. And, yeah, I really like this synth because, I mean, basically if you make melodic electronic music, it's all just variations of saws. Like, you just use saws and more saws and you layer it with some other saws. And I guess that's just what you do. So it's good to have a bunch of different sounding ones. And the Hive one sounds especially different because it has this dirty mode that I really like, and I'm automating the vibrato. And then I have Decimort on this. It's a bit crusher that sounds like old school sound chips. This is a really nice bit crusher. I can't recommend it enough. Yeah, and that's basically everything in the intro, I think. Oh, the bass guitar, hell yeah. Yeah, so this is kind of stupid. Maybe you were expecting something really interesting or like a really cool fancy library, but this is just a sample. So this is a sample that I used. And then I processed the heck out of it and I did a little FM. And then I'm using Waves R bass to beefing up the low end. And then there's another unholy abomination of an EQ. I was just trying to bring the high end out, so this is just stupid. And you can see here I have an EDM sub in Harmor, and I'm alternating it with the bass guitar. So only one thing in the sub region at the same time, basically. Yeah, and then we go into the build-up. This part is just piano. The piano is Keyscape, by the way. This is Keyscape. Keyscape rocks. I guess it's one of my favorite pianos, yeah. I've grown kind of tired of the sound now, but it has such nice, wide low end. I don't have another piano that sits in a mix as easily as this one does. And what's interesting about this build-up, maybe, is this kick. So I have a kick, it's less aggressive than my main kick. And I'm using it in the build-up, but I'm making it quieter as the build-up goes on. So I find that, like, if you have build-ups with snares, the drop has a bigger impact. But I really needed a kick. This is actually a thing that I saw in a Skybreak song. And I noticed that he was turning down his kick drum in the second half of the build-up. So I was like, yo, that's actually kind of a sick idea, so I'll do that. And that way you get to have the best of both worlds, because you get to have the fat... This is the thing that you guys were all waiting for, probably. If I had to guess, it's the lead. Yeah, so I guess this is the main lead. And this is from a song by Tim Follin. There's this song called Plock Beach. And there's this guitar in here. And it's like the most realistic guitar I've ever heard on a Super Nintendo. Like, it's such a cool... And it's like panning around. Yeah, sick. So I really wanted that guitar. I was trying to figure out how he got such a realistic guitar on Super Nintendo, because it's not easy. Like, that sound chip is really limited. What Tim Follin did is he had a separate sample with like a guitar attack, and he was playing it in the drum channel on the Super Nintendo. And I thought that was such an interesting way, because then you have a separate attack, right? And then the rest of the lead happens after that. That's what this is, but it's the Plock guitar with FM. But you can see, like, there's not really much going on in this wavetable. It's almost just like a square. But it's this little noise attack at the start that makes it sound like a guitar. Hey Holder, what's up? What's up? Dude, I would be so down to have you on the stream. Like, we could do something together, that would be so fun. I'm doing a bunch of phase distortion on it. And I'm using M vibrato to do vibrato, because doing vibrato with sampler is really hard. Yeah, and then there's Crush. This is a free bit Crush plugin. That's really nice. And then there's this Nes Verb. It's like short delay. And then there's a bunch of really wild EQs. The rest of the stuff is basically just layers. I have so many layers. So I guess I'm just doing some random shit. Oh, this is cool. It sounds like a Korg brass, but it's just a serum patch. This is a trick that Titan Cube taught me. If you have detune and you like automate the unison detune at the attack of the sound, it gets that like Eurobeat brass sound. So I thought that was kind of cool. I wanted to use that here. Shout out Titan Cube. Layering it together with a piano for the thick low end. Like, the piano is really good at this sort of thing. I always use Harmor for my mid bass, and I really wanted to not do it this time because I always use that. But here I am doing it anyway. But for some reason my project has this issue on my new computer where it gets all crackly. Great! Fantastic! Amazing. I'm having too much fun with the reverb slider. I have this MIDI controller right here. Look at me go! Explaining setup. I need to remember to make sure that I don't keep that on accidentally. I guess I can talk about the drums for a little bit. Maybe you've noticed that the song starts an 8th note early. Oh, a 16th note early. Like, the first hit of the song is like a little longer, I guess, because of that. And it gives it that bouncy feeling. When I'm writing chords, I like the part where it's like a 16th earlier, so I keep doing it. And then at some point, my whole chord progression is just... That snare drum is like the best. Like, basically the snare is landing exactly together with the kick. I had this problem where the clap sounded different every time. In the end, I ended up cutting out every transient of the snare in the drop and replacing it with the one time the phase lined up in a way where I liked it. And I just love this bass line. Sorry to like toot my own horn, but this bass line, I wish I could have given it more attention in the song. Because it's so sick. Can I go over how I wrote the chords and melodies and lead lines? Yes. I'll talk about music theory last, because that's probably the subject that people care about least. Yeah, I use this plugin to pitch bend. It's a free Max for Life device, because the way that Ableton wants you to pitch bend, which is like this, MIDI control pitch bend, like this sucks. I want to like be able to edit the notes, and if you do it in the playlist, you can edit it up here. It's not ideal, but it's good enough. I actually posted a suggestion on the feedback forums that I wish that you could do pitch bend down here. Alright, and then here's the band section of the song. We got another donation? Oh my god. Please read that.
Pocky_Rocky wasted $1. And $hash it question mark 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 and $hash it question.
I love how it cuts off. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna drink something. Let me mute myself real quick. Also, yeah, if you want to hang out, I have a Discord link in the description of this video. It's penis.download. That's my custom invite link. Alright, let me actually do something. Visit penis.download to explore a Discord community that's just like every other artist's Discord community ever made. We talk about music and maybe anime or something, whatever. It's a Discord community, you know what's up. There we go, that's my bit. Somebody just said in chat, Vire, how considerate of you to mute when drinking, thank you. Yeah, very considerate, especially after what I just did. I have the same plastic ass bass guitar. Then I have two Rhodes. Oh, I guess a Rhodes and a music box. What is that Rhodes? It sounds so good. That Rhodes is Roland Sound Canvas. So we got lead. This sounds so retro. But yeah, I needed some more souse. So what I did is Swam trumpet. This trumpet is the best sounding solo trumpet on the market, for sure, hands down. And you have to automate a whole bunch of stuff for it, because it is physical modeling, which means that the trumpet isn't stored on your computer as a bunch of samples, but it's actually a synth that generates the trumpet sound dynamically depending on what you put into it. Yeah, you can like do really expressive playing. You can do really expressive playing if you don't put OTT on it, which is exactly what I did here. This is shreddage free Jupiter. It's an electric guitar. Stream started 69 minutes ago. Nice! Nice! Yeah, so with like realistic sounding drums, all these like little ghost notes are really important for making it sound good. So I guess that's basically everything done sound-wise. Oh yeah, master. Here's my master channel. So my master channel is just EQ. Look at this gross shit. Disgusting! Don't you love all this like professional engineering that get blasted into your ear hole every time you listen to this song? And then Pro L. So what I'm doing is I'm just soft clipping it in Saturator, but Saturator leaves a little bit of headroom. So no headroom allowed. I do plus 4 dB in true peak limiting on transparent mode.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Huh?
You guys are on the stream. We're here with the creator behind all of the 700 EODs. The true mastermind.
That's a lie.
Somebody just put penis in Japanese in my chat. It's a good thing that I have no mods. Alright, this is an Ableton moment. Why is my whole chat Swedish? What is happening?
What's conquer in Swedish?
Stop
Help
being
me
a
out
bad
here.
influence.
I need to know.
Oh yeah, Serum has this dumb bug now. It's literally unusable. So how I do vibrato is I just do the legato slide and then I add these extra notes to do vibrato. But you notice how after the first vibrato note, it just doesn't go back.
That is fucking disgusting.
And only Serum does this. I can use literally any other synth and it'll be fine. Like, your successor, bitch. Take that, Steve Dula, for removing legato mode.
Are you ready for Serum 2? He's making the Serum 1 shit now, so everybody will buy a Serum 2.
He's making Serum 1 intentionally shit. Yeah. Did you guys hear about that? So, in the Mr. Bill podcast, Steve Duda actually announced that he was working on Serum 2. So, I wonder if he's going to fix the legato bug and make the synth usable again. That's my main hope. Like, I don't care about anything else. Like, maybe he's gonna try compete with Vital, like, add a bunch of, like, additive stuff. That would be cool. But the main thing is the legato slide, dude. Come on. It's not that hard. How much do I have to do to get you guys to leave the stream? I wonder. We're gonna do another one next week, and it'll have audience participation, so make sure to show up for that. Maybe I'll get some guests over.